The Las Vegas Raiders are laying 2 -130 on the money line. 37 is the total. This Cleveland was favored on the look ahead here, but Deshaun Watson is that bad. Antonio Pierce, if his team how do you think his team feels about him? Because he basically said, some of you, if you're not getting paid, if you weren't getting paid so much money, I'd cut your ass right now because you're playing like shit. And
who was he referring to?
I could have sworn Easy or someone had referenced Devontae Adams.
Devontae Adams had some real bad body language, but I think he was more calling out the defense.
I actually have not seen any, there's no way to find out actually who he was talking to, but the way that he said it made me think it was someone who has a nice contract, or it's not, someone who's acting like a star.
Yeah, I think according to the film guys, it was a lot of the defense kind of dogging it against the Panthers, but it could be Devontae Adams who goes out of his way to say Jaden Daniels is so great. I wish I was playing with them. That's horrible. It's like these two teams are the worst vibes of any two teams. Like the only thing that can save the Browns season is at what point do they put Jameis Winston in? I don't think it's this game.
They don't have an offensive line, dude. You saw the Giants defense.
Yeah. And that's the other thing.
Max Crosby is going to destroy you know what? Max Crosby should go get his his therapeutic massage certification.
Lot of temptation in Vegas for Deshaun Watson.
Max Crosby.
Hopefully he doesn't ride. Hopefully Deshaun Watson doesn't end up in the taxi cab that we ended up in, because that guy was making a hard push for the massage parlor. He was basically driving us there unless we told him, no man, we're just it was like 3:00 in the afternoon.
He goes, sex with you.
He goes, I assume we're going to you guys are pretty tense. You want to get the massages? They're like, no, we're fine. We're just gonna host the show. He's like, are you sure? They'll do anything. I'm like, all right, I'm sure they will. It is Las Vegas. You can find that.
Well, one way or another, he'll have hands all over him because it's going to be Max Crosby and the rest of that defensive line.
Well, and Max Crosby wasn't 100% last week. I do think that was part of it, but he was saying, hey, that loss was a wake up call. I mean, Antonio Pierce briefly saying he might bench Gardner Minshew. Probably not great for the vibes.
Why does he? It's like an angry parent where they always take it out on one kid. Like what is Gardner Minshew doing wrong?
Yeah.
When we watch these games,
that was the defense that was horrible.
I didn't watch that game and say, wow, Gardner Minshew sucks.
No, it was their defense sucks. I mean, certainly you should be able to put a points against the Panthers defense, but
also you couldn't stop Andy Dalton to Deontay Johnson.
Yes. I mean, it was much more about the Raiders defense. I would imagine Raiders are going to get up for it, but Browns, they're going to bring some fans. Those fans don't give a shit if they're good. They're Browns fans. I do think your point coming back to it, Ryan, the tackles have been banged up. And then they just lost Teller, their guard. They put him on IR, and then Myles Garrett,
who's very good. Wyatt Teller.
Yeah. Wyatt Teller, very good. He looks like he's on the IR. Myles Garrett, he needs surgery in the off season, but he's going to play through it, which sometimes is the worst case scenario because you get 60% Myles Garrett, which it's Myles Garrett. He's awesome. But man, it's just, that would have been awesome against this Raiders offensive line, but Myles Garrett not being 100%, Deshaun Watson being your quarterback, the Browns haven't figured out how to run the ball, which could have been a saving grace in this offense. I think you have to go Raiders here, and I'm surprised it's only 2.
And yeah, Jerome Ford did not practice today.
Their running game's been bad.
Well, the offensive line was bad. I watched that game fairly closely last week, and while the Giants have good players on the D line, they also they weren't blocking well. They weren't communicating well. Certainly a sack ladder somewhere on the defensive line, maybe in order here. I have a fun nugget for you, Sean.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns are 8-43 on third downs this season, which is insane.
It's Bryce Young numbers,
but
that would be a great trade.
But
Bryce Young for Deshaun Watson, who says no.
Oh man, Tepper's got plenty of money. He'll figure out that contract. So Austin Gale over on X posted a graphic. The EPA of every Browns quarterback since 2000 from weeks 1 through 3. Now we know how notably bad this crop of quarterbacks has been. And I'm Brian Hoyer, Kelly Holcomb, Tim Couch, Derek Anderson, Baker Mayfield, Josh McCown, Trent Dilfer, Colt McCoy, Jacoby Brissett, Baker Mayfield again, Charlie Fry, Kelly Holcomb again, Brandon Weeden, Tim Couch, Jeff Garcia, Deshaun Kaiser. Remember him? Brandon Weeden. Remember he was the old guy.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor, Derek Anderson, Baker Mayfield one more time, Brady Quinn, and then Deshaun Watson this year, the lowest EPA per play per dropback. 23rd out of 23. And by the way, his 2023 season was 21st. I mean, get rid of this guy. You can't win with him. Get free Jameis. Although don't free him too much because I want the Giants to sign him next year. Easy means this is easy. I'm back on my Raiders, Sean. Although they've not been good to me. They got not putting him in the parlay this week.